girl Danielle, and I am back. So, I don't really have any hair videos to give you, and I do apologize for not coming back to you and letting you know that I was not gonna do that quick weave video. I still have the hair, but I haven't done it yet because, drum roll, I have been really enjoying wearing my natural hair, so I don't have any hair videos. I don't know when I'm gonna have any hair videos, but I feel like making one, so I am. This is gonna be very random because I'm just kind of going off the top of my head about what I want to talk about. So I think the first thing that I will talk about is the fact that school is over. For all of my ladies that are in school, hey, cheers to us. We did it. But your girl got two B's and a C. Not too happy about the C, but hey, at least I passed. We'll do better next semester. But just been unwinding and working on my wine collection because I have a wine shelf in my new apartment, and I'm just working on filling that up. And tonight I am drinking Chardonnay for the first time, and I must say that I like it. So, with that said, you see me taking a sip. That's Chardonnay. Don't ask me what brand, 'cause I don't know. It's in the freezer. But I have just been really enjoying myself now that I am out of school. But at the same time, it's like I'm not really used to having free time. It's like you always at work or always at school, having something to study for, something to do. And it's like now I have free time. And it's like, okay, so now what do I do? So I've been working on my wine collection. I'm starting to get into more books because I like to read urban fiction books. So Waida Clark, um, stuff like that. Mainly Waida. Read books like that and just working on my new place and getting stuff for that. And I have been having some serious retail therapy. Somebody should really stop me. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys some of the earrings that I bought because I went to this place called Shasa in the mall here in Houston, and they had earrings on sale for $2. So I got these for $2. And hold on, I got my little bag right here. What else did I get? Oh, one fell. I got these. And I got those. I got these, which I think are really cute. Got these. And there's a ring to go with them. I got the ring. Really cute. And I got these. I like kind of Afrocentric, hippie kind of stuff. I'm very chic, kind of hippie chic kind of thing, or whatever they call bogo chic, whatever they call it. Not bogo, hobo. I'm thinking Payless. I'm thinking about shopping for shoes and stuff. Y'all forgive me. Um, I got these. I've been seeing the ladies with the kind of fan earrings, and I've been wanting some, so I got a pair. I got these. Oh my god. These, the feathers, it's $2. I've already lost the feather, but I can replace it. They're cute. I wore those yesterday. And I got these. They're brown with the little metal metallic part over it, or whatever that is. And then I got a ring. I don't know where the ring is, but it's a brown ring that goes with it. It's cute. And then I got, oh, I love these. I got these. $2. Not bad. Oh, wait a minute. I'm lying. One more. I took these off the thing because I wore these the first day. But I got these. There's another one in there somewhere I can't find. But as you can tell, I like dangly earrings. I didn't get any bracelets. I don't know why I didn't get any bracelets. I need them. Probably because they weren't on sale and I'm cheap. I just kind of wanted to show y'all my earrings and what I got, my retail therapy. I also bought myself a Scentsy. Let me show y'all. Hold on. I wasted it, of course. But I bought myself a Scentsy. Isn't that so cute? It's hot. And basically, it's just this little sconce thingy, and there's a light bulb inside, and then you have the scent. And this is a burner, and it goes on top of that sconce, and if you can kind of see in there, you get wax. You get to pick the wax that you want, and you can melt it. You can leave it on, and my house smells so good. So if you don't know anybody that sells Scentsy, holla at your girl. Okay. So now that my retail therapy has been shown, I really did have something on my mind that I kind of wanted to talk about. Um, 2 days ago, I met, or I should say I met because I've conversated with him before, but I was finally approached in a flirtatious manner by this guy who comes through my job all the time. You know, he's the exterminator guy, right? And he comes to my job and he smiles at me and he may stop at my desk and talk to me for a little while or whatever. And my coworkers were going crazy because they can tell that we like each other, but we just never really say anything to each other. So they all were going crazy yesterday, and one of the more abrasive ladies asked him, what he thought about me and if he would, if he would date me or, take my phone number or whatever. And he was like, yes, and I just think she's so beautiful and all this other stuff. So eventually, blah, 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 he ended up giving me his phone number. Well, my girl got the scoop. He just got out of a relationship and he has children from this relationship. Now, I've dated a man. I haven't got a date yet, and I'm worried about dating a man with kids. But I've dated a man that has a child. One, a kid. This man has four. One, two, three, four. And when he said it, I was like, oh, okay, and then I didn't really think anything of it, and I still kind of don't, but now it's like, when you meet somebody that you really like and you find out that they have more than one kid, and it's a guy, like, how do you feel, how do you react, and how do you approach a guy who just got out of a relationship with a woman that he has four children with? Like, am I setting myself up here? Like, what am I getting ready to get myself into? I don't have any kids. I live by myself at my own free world and my own free zone. I don't have anything holding me down. Sky is the limit. Not to say that if you have kids, that it's not. But it's like kind of weird to be attracted to some. I shouldn't say be attracted. That's just that. It's weird to be considering dating a man who has that many kids and who just recently got out of that kind of relationship that where they had that many kids. Um, like I said before, I dated a man that had a kid, and that was hard. And actually, he had one child of his own, but he also had his little sister that he was taking care of. She was like 10, and over the course of a 3-year relationship, I got to know these kids. I loved these kids. I embraced these kids. They loved me. We did everything together. Um, and then when the relationship ends, it's like you have to break up with the kids too. That was really hard for me, and it's kind of like where I still think about them, want to know how they are, how they're doing. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a very compassionate person, and I am, and I do get attached to people, because I love people. I love people. I'm on YouTube because I love people, meeting new people, and talking to people, and getting to know somebody else's kids. when you're being real and you're being genuine about it, you do get attached to them. You do get used to them being around and used to being in their lives. And you kind of get to a point, well, like the last relationship I was in, it was getting to a point to where I wanted to watch them grow up. Like I really wanted to watch them grow from young girls to women and to contribute something to their lives. And I kind of feel that way about a lot of young people, but in specifically for a man that you love to have these children in his life, you can, if you really love him, you can't help but to embrace what he feels for those kids and to and to want to have your own relationship with the kids that this man loves. And after a while, if he's dated for so long, you can't help yourself because if he's a good dad, the kids will be a very active part in the relationship. And I know with my in my past relationship, where I did date the guy that had a kid and he was taking care of his sister lived with him. You know, I mean, he dropping her off at school, picking her up, taking her to her activities. Like this was a continuous thing, so there wasn't too many things that we did that did not involve her. Or whenever he would have his daughter, or it should be every other weekend, or sometimes it would be 2, 3 weeks at a time. In the summertime, he would have her the entire summer. You know, so it's like you kind of really have to be accepting of that of that part of him. You have to accept that that's the role that he plays, and that's fine. I've done that, but there were only two kids involved. Now there's a possibility because I'm not gonna lie. I know y'all probably saying, well, you haven't even went out with him or whatever. You just met the guy. Yeah, I did. But this is like the fourth or fifth time that me and him have actually had a conversation. But this time it's just getting a little deeper. And the attraction has always been there. I mean, like from the first moment I saw him. And I'm very good at judging who my next victim is going to be. And I shouldn't say victim, but I'm very good at taking notice of who I'm attracted to and who's attracted to me. And I know that this is not just going to be a couple of days kind of thing. This is going to probably go on for a little while. That's that's what I'm sure of. Who knows? I could be wrong, but I haven't been yet. So hey, but it's just crazy because I'm really attracted to him. I think he's really cute. We have so many things in common. It's like scary. And here he is, just getting out of this relationship. Don't know the reasons why. They've been together forever, like since he was a teenager. And here he is, 27 years old, just getting out of this relationship with this woman that he had 4 kids with. Now, I'm all for giving people chances, and I do give people chances because you can never really count somebody out. You know what you're capable of handling, but then again, as you're growing as a person, you kind of have to be able to push yourself a little bit, and not to say to push yourself in bad situations because he doesn't seem like a bad person. I don't know him yet. But at the same time, I just kind of want to be open to things, but it's just really. I have a drink now. Yes, I want him. I do. The attraction is stronger than the fact that he has that many kids and the fact that he is just getting out of this relationship. Because I tell you one thing, I can be a very good friend. I can be a very good friend. And right now, all I have to offer is my friendship. But you can't see myself. But I know that these children are gonna play a role in what happens between me and him. I mean, because there is a difference. I mean, let's just be honest. There is a difference between dating a man that has kids and dating a man that doesn't. And we were talking about this at work, and they were like, "You date men that have kids?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And in a way, I kind of prefer it because if the man is a good father, meaning he don't just pay child support and buy the kids some shoes and think that that's being a father. No, when I mean that he's in the kid's life, he's going to the programs, he's going to the soccer games, he's picking the kid up from school back and forth. The mother don't have to call him for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like he just does that automatically. That says something about the type of man that he is. And generally, generally, it gives you a good idea of what kind of relationship you can build with that person. I mean, if he's that type of guy. And the dudes that I've dated that had kids were those type of guys. They were involved in the kid's life, and I don't have a problem with that because of my own situation, which we will not get into. Matter of fact, I need to have a drink on that. But I was just wondering, especially in today's time where people are having kids younger and younger, like, is it really, and not necessarily say younger and younger because my grandmother started having kids, she was 15, but she was married, and this was like in 1940. So, when I should say people are having kids younger and younger and are not in two parent homes, is it really a big deal to date a man that has more than two kids? Because two is kind of, two is kind of normal. It's the norm per se. But what about dating a man that has more than that? Like how Candy was dating AJ and AJ had what, 6 kids? I don't know about 6, especially by a bunch of different women. But what do you ladies think about dating a man that has more than 2 kids? And let's say he did have them with the same woman, or he didn't. Or what if they were married? Or, I mean, you never know what the situation, whatever the situation could be. If you were attracted to this guy, like you were vibing off him, the conversation was so good. Every time you talked to him, he had a job, a steady job. He kept his face tight, he looked nice, he smelled good. Hey, don't laugh because it's hard to come by that. It's not as common as you think. It's crazy. Maybe it's just where I live. But anyway, for real, would you, have you, do you, are you willing to accept that man if once he comes out and says, I have 3 kids, or 3 plus, or whatever it is, or do you automatically write him off? I want to know what you ladies are thinking. Tell me, am I the only one? Am I being too open? Am I being naive about the situation? I don't know. I feel as though I'm going to give it a shot. Because, like I said, you can never count people out. You can never count people down. And sometimes, people are in your life for a reason. And if you push them away without getting them to know who they are, you'll never know if they have something to contribute to your life, to you who you are, and to where you are in your journey and growing as a person. And you know me, that's where I am. So I'm kind of welcoming this situation, but at the same time, I'm kind of nervous about it because you never know what you get yourself into. It could be baby mama drama. It could not be. The kids could hate you and throw things at you and poke at you, and it's crazy, I know. But I really want to know what you ladies are thinking. So, hey, let me know what it is that you think. I'm coming to you like this random because I don't have any hair videos. I don't know when I'm going to have any hair videos because I'm loving my hair. Look at it. This is not cute. I mean, it's kind of probably, wow. So what? Who cares? Drink to that. That's really good. It's kind of like Pinot and Myrtle, not Myrtle, Pinot Grigio and Moscato mixed together. It's dry, sweet wine. That's pretty good. I will tell you this. I tried Cabernet Sauvignon. nasty. It is so dry. The red wine is so dry. And I have had red wine before, but it was white Zinfandel. And I don't even know if that qualifies as red wine. It's pink. It's table pink. So, anyway, that's a whole other video. I could go on 30 minutes about that. But anyway, thank you for listening to whatever this was. I never know what this is. Shouldn't I have a plan or something? Look at my hand. It's all outside. Okay, but for real. I'm gonna go have another glass of this, or two, or three, or four. And I want you ladies to have a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And for real, let me know what y'all think. Post the comments at the bottom of the page. Hit your girl up on Twitter. It's femininity to you at Twitter, whatever. I don't know. Look me up. Follow me on Twitter, y'all. Follow me for real. Let me know what it is that you think about dating a man that has more than two kids. Share your experiences because I'm not nervous about it, but I guess I kind of am. Just really curious as to what the hell, what is gonna happen. Or, another one. How, if you have kids and you broke up with a man that you had kids with, how do you deal with a new woman in his life? Huh? What are you automatically mean to her? Is she automatically your enemy? What are some of the things that she would do that would automatically piss you off or make you want to write her off and just be mean to her? Or, I mean, seriously, ladies, if you have kids and you've been through that to where you and your man or the father of your children separate, and then he has this new woman, and she's gonna be around your children. What the hell? Like, how? I don't even have the words for it. I don't know what I would do. I don't know, and I guess that's really why I'm coming to you, ladies, and just asking, what would you do? So, two questions. The first question, for us single ladies who have no kids, or if you do have kids, what do you feel about dating a man that has more than two kids? And for you mothers who have children, how do you feel about new women coming into your child's life after you and the father of your children are no longer together? And I'm talking like in a 6 month span, here comes this new woman in his life, and she's around your children. Is there? It's you know. But for real, I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Okay, so everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. If I'm not back before then, and I'm looking forward to